Hello my V-Stitchers, how are you all? This is our July workshop, our quarterly workshop. As always, I have 3 new stitch patterns or skills that I think are amazing, so for you to learn if you don't know them already. I hope you enjoy this month, this quarter. We are going to be working on borders. So I looked up and I went all around the internet to look for borders that are special, that are quick, that are amazing, and not so complicated to make, because there are amazing, really very elaborated borders, crochet borders out there that not for me. If you are looking for something like that, there is plenty in the internet. But for us, for me, for the people that are around me and like my work, so I'm usually looking for things or stitch patterns or combinations that give kind of a movement to the piece, not very complicated to make, and add a lot of texture, but also personality to whatever we're working. So I have 3 new borders. I think you're going to love them. One of them is this wavy shell fan border, really nice, very easy to make. We go forward, we go backwards, we do just double crochet. So I have it in 2 colors, so you can see how amazing is that. This is one of the borders that we are going to be working. The second one, my favorite. I don't know, all of them are my favorite, but this one I really like. If you know me and if you follow my patterns, you know I have this pompons border that I like to make. I have a top with it, I have a blanket with it. I like it, but this time it's a little bit different because it kind of a heart shape. So look at this border. It's not the pompon that it's usually closed. It's kind of a flower or heart shape border. Has its movement. Look at it with another color. Look how beautiful it is. We'll talk about it in the video where we learn how to make it. I think it's amazing. And the last one is a one that I just saw on the internet, and I said, okay, we have to learn this because this is amazing. Like, wow, how somebody thought about it, right? So this is the puff stitch border. Look at this. You go and you make a puff stitch on the opposite side, right? Instead of making them vertical, you make them horizontal. So you get this amazing, super easy border for any of your projects with texture, dimension, movement, everything we need for a good project, right? Look in the another color. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop, and please share if you're working any of these borders in your projects. Put some pictures, take some photos, share them in the group, and I will see you inside. So let's get started with all our tutorials. Okay, I'm so excited about this border. It's amazing. Look at the shape. It's kind of one of my favorites because usually, if you know my patterns, so I would do this like closed as the pompon. closed here as a pom-pom, but I decided to make this open, and it got a heart shape. Can we call it heart shape? Or maybe kind of a flower shape? I don't know. I just love it. And I think it's going to give any project that you add it to a lot of personality. Especially I'm thinking shawls, and if you make it in or work it in a yarn that gives drape to the shawl, like a thinner yarn or maybe some kind of blend with the cotton, viscose, I don't know, something that gives drape and goes kind of flows. So I think it can be really amazing. So let's get started and see how we can work it. It's very simple. I have my sample here. Get some yarn and we'll get started. So start with a slip knot as always, and we start in the first stitch here, and we make one single crochet here. Oops, sorry. One single crochet in the first stitch here, okay? And then we chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We chain 6. Let me just put this here so we can enjoy it while we are working. We chain 6 and we go back to 1, 2, 3 to the third chain from the top, and we make 2 single crochet in the same chain. 1 and 2. 2 single crochet in the same chain. Okay? Now we chain 3 again. Let me get some yarn. We chain 3 and we go back to the top of the last single crochet that we just made and work 2 double crochet. 1, 2. So we chain 6, we worked back in the third chain from the top, 2 double crochet, we chain 3 again, and we work back into the same last, on top of the last double crochet, 2 double crochet, and now we close it by working a slip stitch in the bottom here, the third chain that we worked from the beginning. We slip stitch, and we chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We skip 2 in the third, we single crochet. Okay, so we have our first heart or flower here. Now it depends on the yarn that you're working, so the shape will look a little bit different. As you can see here, I work with a bulkier yarn, so it looks a little bit more form, more with body. But here I'm working with a 4-weight yarn and a 5mm hook. Maybe I should go down to a 4.5mm hook. You have to decide in your project. So we made a single crochet, now we start again. We chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We go down to the third, 1, 2, 3, to the third chain from the top, and we work 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. And now we work chain 3 again, and we go on top of the third double crochet, we work 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Oops, And now we go back to the beginning, back to the bottom here, and we work a slip stitch, chain 3, skip 2, and single crochet. This is how we make this border. Look how amazing it looks. And we go all the way to the end of our row. Now, I know everybody gets confused with the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, and this is how I work, I don't pay too much attention to it, and I work around what I have in my project. So if at the end I don't have enough stitches to make a new one, so I will skip it and, you know, finish it somehow. Don't overthink it, just enjoy the process. But you can, if you want, always, before you start a border in any project, to make a row of single crochet. I always say it, a row of single crochets, and then you know exactly. And if you have to go around, because it's a blanket, so you have the edges which are not straight, so you can decide and, you know, make as many stitches as you need according to what you have, and then you will know how many stitches you have. So slip stitch, chain 3, and skip 2, single crochet, chain 6, two single crochet in the third one, 1 and 2. I'm sure that if I would use a 4mm hook with this yarn, the shape will be a lot different, maybe smaller probably, but I also like that my borders, they have kind of drape, so I don't like them to be too tight. So I don't care if my border is a little bit loose. I like it like that, but it depends on your preference, of course, right? So as you can see, we're getting there, right? Look at it, so beautiful. Look how amazing. You can change colors, you can make it in the same color, you can use a different kind of yarn altogether and make it a little bit more fluffy or more drapey, more open, or you can make it more tight. It depends on you. This one I use all kind of yarns, scrap yarns that I have, and this is a 4-weight yarn, this is a 5-weight yarn, but look how great it looks. And this is the opposite. This is a 5-weight yarn, and this is a 4 or maybe 3.5-weight yarn. So it looks completely different. Okay, let's do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 double crochet in the third. 1 and 2. Chain 3, 2 double crochet on top of the last double crochet, and slip stitch to the first one here, slip stitch to close it, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3, skip 2, single crochet here, and start again. 6, let's finish this. 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochet here, 1, and 2, chain 3, 2 double crochet here, here. I try to insert my hook in the middle, not on top of the double crochet, like in the middle, so it stays a little bit more sturdy. Chain 3, and now I am at the end. I have 3 stitches last, so I will single crochet in the last stitch, and this is it. This is how I will finish it. If you have more stitches, so you count them. If you want to go around, so I will do a single crochet here and start again. Start the next one, the next pom-pom, kind of heart-shaped pom-pom. They look like hearts, right? Am I wrong? Am I the only one looking and seeing hearts here? So I would start the next one here and go the direction around if it's a blanket, okay? I hope you enjoyed this, and I cannot wait to see the projects that you will use it with. All right, let's get to the next one. All right, so we start with another border. This is our next border pattern to learn the skill. And just look at this one. It's amazing. It's a kind of fun shell that goes up and down, forward and backwards, and it creates this kind of wavy stitch, wavy feeling that can move also, so it's kind of three-dimensional. And I don't know about you, but I really like this. I haven't used it yet in any of my projects, but it's definitely a border that I'm going to use very soon. I can see it in, you know, sleeves of a top, of course a blanket border. It can be something for the home, like a table runner or whatever. Anyway, this is really easy, but very, very beautiful. So let's get started. I have my sample here. Let's put it like this so we can see it. I have my sample here. Now for this pattern, you have to remember that we are working forward and then backwards, but it's really, really easy. We start with a slip knot in the third stitch, okay? In the third stitch, we start with a slip knot. And then we chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We go back to the first stitch and we slip stitch again. So now we chain 3, and this chain 3 will be our first single crochet, double crochet. So this chain here is where we are going to be working our, what's this? Just got my yarn here. We are going to be working our fan. So this chain 3 is our first double crochet for the fan, and we will work 6 more for a total of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I will have a total of 7 double crochet inside the chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now to anchor this fan, we will skip 2 and slip stitch in the third. So we anchor it, and it gives it the movement like a wave. Now we chain 3 and we go backwards. we turn our work and we will slip stitch in the same stitch that we started, okay? Not the first one, the one that we started. So we go back and slip stitch in the same space, okay? So we slip stitch and now we chain 3 and we work our fan inside this chain 3 space. So another 6 double crochet to form the fan, the shell. 1, 2, oops, get some yarn here, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have a total of 7. Now again, we skip 2 and we anchor it with a slip stitch here. Now, as you can see, we're starting to see our fans. This is it. It's very, very easy. Now we chain 3 and we go back and we slip stitch to our last slip stitch where we started, okay? So we go inside the stitch and slip stitch just to anchor it. Now we chain 3, this is our first double crochet, and we work inside our chain 3 space here, 6 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have a total of 7. This is it. Look at it. It's forming. We're having the shells. We're having the waves. So again, we skip 2, slip stitch, chain 3, go back, slip stitch in the last one that we made. Just go inside the stitch and slip stitch to anchor it, chain 3 and work 6 double crochet inside the chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if you're working something that is rectangle and you want to make this border around and around, so you just continue the same when you get to the border, to the corner. You just go around with a fan. You count 3 and make a fan. It's very easy. I'm not doing the around, but you can figure it out. So chain 3, go back, slip stitch, and chain 3 and 6 double crochet inside the chain 3 space. This is it. This is our next border. I hope that you like it. I hope that you use it. I cannot wait to see how you use it. Please share in the group. How many I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another one, 7. Please share in the group so we can all see, appreciate, appreciate and, you know, get inspired by your creations. this is it. When you get, let me finish it. When you get to the end, as I said, don't worry so much about if you don't have enough stitches to skip. That's fine. It's just a border. It does not have to be perfect, but you will try to make as many fans as you want, as you can, so that your border looks kind of nice and neat. Okay, so if you're working just a border just in one side, like one side of the rectangle, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can just finish like I'm going to finish now, with skipping 2 and just a slip stitch in the last one. And this is how we have our fan shell stitch border. I think it's beautiful. I hope you like it, and I'll see you in the group. Bye. All right, so now we are going to learn how to work this amazing edge border that you can use, I think, in any project, like blankets, sweaters, scarves, whatever you are working on and you need a really cute, different edge or border to your project. You can use this popcorn or puff stitch border. It's very simple, but I think it's so texture and gives any project such personality. So I have this sample ready for us so that I can work on this sample to show you the border. You will have to think and calculate when you're working your project to see how many stitches you have and calculate how many puffs you're going to make on the border. All right, so this is just for me, for this sample, but usually we skip 2. So we make 1 puff, skip 2, make another puff, skip 2, make another puff. If you do not have enough stitches, or maybe your calculation is different, so I would suggest that you make a kind of a maybe a single crochet row or round around, and try to even your stitches to the 3 calculation. Anyway, let's get started. So I will take some yarn and we'll start by slip. All right, so we are going to start by having a slip knot with my yarn, the yarn that you are using for the edge for the border, and we are placing a single crochet in the first stitch that you're starting your border. Okay, now after every single crochet you will work 1 chain and then pull the loop a little bit longer, because our puff will be closing these 2 skip stitches and we'll work in the 3rd one. So we have to have height for the puff. Now we are going to yarn over and insert our hook not on top of the single crochet, but rather in the middle of the single crochet, because we want it to stay sturdy. So yarn over, pull up a loop and pull it tall, so we have the height. Yarn over again. It depends on the weight of your yarn that you are working, so decide how many times you want to have your puff to be kind of puffy, right? So maybe 3, 4, 5 times It depends on the weight of your yarn. I'm working just 4 times. Yarn over, pull through all your loops and chain 1. This is our first puff. Then we skip 2 stitches. In the third, we single crochet again and chain 1. I think it's better if you single crochet on the third stitch, but you make it loose, because we have to enter in the middle of in the center of the single crochet to make our loops. So again, I will pull up the loop to make it a little bit longer, yarn over, insert my hook in the middle. You see how easy it is? Yarn over, again, 2, 3, and 4. You can make as many loops as you want, so your puff will be puffier. Yarn over and pull through all your loops and chain 1. Okay? Again, skip 2. In the third one, work a single crochet, a loose single crochet, and chain 1. Pull the loop and start in the middle of the single crochet, in the center. As you can see, I go to the center from the front to the back, so the single crochet does not go crazy, right? It's more sturdy. 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all my loops and chain 1. As you can see, my edge, my border is starting to form here. It's so beautiful. And that's it. We skip, we work on this chain, on this stitch, so we skip 2, work 1 single crochet, in the next one, chain 1, and pull the loop, and go inside the middle, the center of the single crochet, in both loops. So we keep it straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, pull through all loops, chain 1, and again. Let's finish this row. So we skip 2, single crochet, loose, chain 1, and insert in the center. Make sure sometimes the yarn splits a little bit because we're working with lots of loops, but it doesn't really matter. You take care of it, as we know. I think this, if you're using a very thin yarn, so or you're making a very delicate project, this edge can give you such texture. I think it's amazing. And it's very, very easy. It's a kind of an edge or border that will be a little bit yarn eater, right? Because we are doing lots of loops, using lots of yarn. I think I did one too much, but it doesn't really matter. 1, 2, single crochet, chain 1, loop, and I'll show you how I finish. It doesn't, I think, you know, you have to be to try and calculate your stitches, but if you come to the end and you see that you don't have 2 stitches to skip and you have only 1, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Chain 1, like me, I don't have any stitch to skip now, so I will go into my last stitch and make a single crochet. If I had 1 stitch, so I will go, this is a little bit wonky here, but yeah, this is my last stitch. If I had only 2, I will skip 1 and single crochet in the last one. If I had 3, so I will skip 2 and single crochet in the last one, because I will not do the last puff in the last stitch, because it will not look, I will not have where to tie it to. All right, so just try to take care of your calculation of the stitches and decide the steps that you are, where are you starting. If you have corners, so you can go around and start again, like have a single crochet in the corner and make a puff and just turn your work and go around. So this is the puff, popcorn puff edge border. I think it's amazing. It's very, very simple, but I've never seen it used really. And I think it's, yeah, it's a good border to know how to make. I hope you enjoy it, and I would like to see. All right, so this is it. This is our July 2025 workshop for the V-Stitch Club. We learned 3 different borders. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you share some of your projects, and I will see you in the group. Have a great day. Bye bye.